You think things fall apart because you chose wrong, because you weren't ready, or because something went wrong. But most of the time, things fall apart right before they work, because you step on the brake. Not consciously, not intentionally, and not because you don't want it, but because success, stability, or progress triggers something much deeper than failure ever did. There's a moment when things start aligning. The relationship stabilizes, the opportunities become real, the future stops being hypothetical, and instead of relief, you feel tension, restlessness, doubt, the urge to escape. That's the moment the pattern activates. Here's what's actually happening. When things don't work, your identity stays intact. You know who you are in struggle, you know how to survive disappointment. But when things start to work, your identity is suddenly at risk, because now you're no longer the person who's waiting. You're the person who has something to lose. And for many people, loss feels more familiar than fulfillment. There are three mechanics behind this. First, success removes your armor. Struggle gives you an explanation, a story, a shield. If it fails, you know why. If it ends, you're prepared. But when something is going well, there's no buffer, no excuse, no protection. If it falls apart now, it will hurt more. So your nervous system looks for a way out before you get attached to the outcome. Not because you expect failure, but because you're afraid of hope. Second, progress exposes responsibility. When things don't work, you're reacting. When they do, you're choosing. Choice means accountability. It means staying. It means showing up consistently. And for people who learn to survive by adapting, not committing, consistency feels like a trap. So they sabotage not to escape the outcome, but to escape the responsibility of sustaining it. Third, stability forces you to meet yourself. When chaos is gone, there's no distraction, no emotional noise, no urgency, just you. Your thoughts, your doubts, your unmet needs. And if you never learned how to sit with yourself without tension, peace feels unbearable. So you create a movement, conflict, distance, anything that brings back the familiar hum of instability. This is why people ruin good things, not because they're broken, but because they're loyal to an identity that formed in survival. Failure feels survivable, success feels unknown, and the nervous system always chooses what it recognizes. If you've noticed this pattern in your life, understand this. You're not afraid of things working out. You're afraid of who you'll be if they do. Because then, you won't be the person who's waiting anymore. You'll be the person who has to stay. And that version of you hasn't been practiced yet.